Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. So we're going to go ahead and continue with our collective reads. This will be for all signs, which means it may or may not resonate with you in your personal situation. If it does, take what resonates. If it does not, leave the rest for those that it applies in their personal situation. All right, collective, I'm here to tell you your intuition was right. You were being done dirty behind the scenes. You knew it, you saw it, you said it. Everybody wanted you to believe, no, we're not doing anything to you, while you saw every single sign, every single signal, and everybody's footprint and doing exactly the things that you were saying, you were noticing. Collective, your intuition was right on the button, collective. It is coming out. This is your confirmation, because I'm getting a lot of downloads. There's a lot of uneasy people. These people literally did things to take you out. Like literally, we got the energy here of poverty. They wanted you in the energy of need. Five of Pentacles, they wanted you in lack. That's what they wanted. That's what they manifested for you. There's somebody who had like a specific vendetta, and it was for like the shallowest of reasons. We're going to get to it. All right, collective? Because you left them, they left you, however the situation resonates, they wanted you in the energy of poverty. I'm getting it's a projection of how they felt, but we're going to get back to that. All right, collective? They wanted you not getting help. They wanted to block you, and I'm hearing systematically blocked. So this has to do with your job, what you do for work, how you make income. Somebody blackballed you, collective. I'm hearing they harassed you so they can blackball you, collective. Let's not act like this stuff doesn't happen. Let's keep it 100 here on Sapphire Tarot. All right, collective? The energy is coming out. We are going to dive in to clarify with some more decks, but the energy of poverty is what your intuition was right about. Somebody literally did block you at a job. Somebody stopped you from getting another job. But here's the problem. Your occupation's in the upright, and I'm getting these your accolades. Somebody could not deny that you are a quality employee. Somebody could not deny that you are a leader. It's the qualities that you embody, honey. You can say anything to anybody. I'm hearing somebody's got a whole lot of mouths, but when it comes to the rubber meeting the road to exemplify the qualities that you actually like exemplify, they can't do it. Like, you're the one that has the accolades. You are a true leader. Doesn't matter whatever this is. This can even resonate spiritually. All right. So somebody could be like, all right, well, I do such and such. I pull a card. Hey, that's nice. Are you really connected? You see what I'm saying? However the situation resonates. Somebody wanted you in the energy of always asking for help and never getting any, because they were engineering and systematically blocking you. Let's not be coy here, collective, because I'm getting downloads. Somebody was actually discriminated racially at a job. All right, collective, this stuff happens on an everyday basis. Let's not act like it doesn't happen. If it does not apply to you, it's applying to somebody else, because I'm pulling it in the energy, okay? Somebody did this because whatever it was, like, I'm hearing resisted advances. So whether this is somebody at work or maybe even your ex, for a lot of you, your ex did this. You resisted your ex's advances, so they wanted to sabotage all your job prospects so they can point and laugh and be like, haha, they ain't got nothing, while they were the person making sure that you didn't have anything, all because you resisted their sexual advances. Collective, this stuff happens at a job. This can be your ex. This could be a job and an ex doing this in unison. Place the energy as it resonates with whomever this is. Somebody who rejected real love. Collective, I cannot make this up. Cannot make it up. On my last reading that I uploaded, we had the energy of the Two of Cups. You're unconditionally loving. People thought that was a weakness of yours. They wanted to take it and like manipulate it and like act like it was them. Somebody wanted to like take everything of yours. And this is giving me straight envy, collective. When you have like genuine, authentic qualities, right? The people who say that that's who they are and they're really not, and they're insecure that somebody's going to see that one day. When you walk in the room, instant fear drops in. Instant fear. That fear makes them want to retaliate. Collective, you were retaliated against. Whether this is your ex, your boss, your job, collective, somebody had an old job retaliate against you with a new job to stop you from having another job. Collective, this is somebody's story out here. Somebody wanted you in a state of lack that you ain't got no home. That's how destitute somebody wanted you, because they rejected a genuine, authentic leader and a genuine, authentic person that works hard. The accolades are theirs. Yours, collective. These are your accolades that somebody is like diminishing. I'm hearing they get diminishing returns, because every time that they pop out and say that you can't do, you don't want to do, and you, collective, the accolades, the proof is in the pudding. You would not be who you are if you didn't have this genuine love. That's why you always get what's coming to you when it comes to your good dharma, right, collective? Somebody moves in the energy of South Node. Notice this card split, South Node versus North Node. This might be a shapeshifter. They switch off and on when they're going to act nice to you. And I'm getting it's a user. I'm getting magician reverse energy to trickster. If they think that they can get something off of you, rich God reverse, they're going to be nice to you. But if you resist their advances, if you acknowledge their manipulation, that they're not authentic, and you don't want to date them, or you don't want to date a cheater, or you don't want to, be in a toxic work environment because the boss in HR is toxic, that warrants retaliation? No, it doesn't. It just exposes that your intuition was right the entire time. They did everything to try to cover this up. Collective, the downloads that I'm getting are cover up. I'm hearing scandal, and I'm also hearing damage control. Damage control. That's what this boils down to, collective. Yeah, this person was moving in their south node. This is moon in Scorpio as we move in this. This is talking about the deepest depths of somebody's seediness. How much they love doing underhanded things to like screw people over, collective. This is a rich guy in reverse. Here's what's going on here. I'm gonna get to this evil eye that's in reverse. Their evil eye is getting exposed. How much they envied you and wanted to stop you just so they can look like you. But the download that I had about this one, collective, because no matter what they say, no matter what they do, you always keep showing up as you, and they hate that. This would not be necessary if they really were the piece of trash, no good employee, having, I can't take care of my kids, I can't be like a boss person at a job. If that were really true, none of this would be necessary. None of it. They can just let you have the job, let you fail on your own. There would be no need for any manipulation if you weren't the leader that you said that you were, collective. They're afraid you're going to show somebody who's going to see it. That's the problem, collective. Your authenticity will expose their fear, their lies, and their jealousy and envy, collective. This is a scandal. This is a straight up scandal. Your intuition was right. The download I'm hearing it with this, the rich guy in reverse, the one who wanted to profit off of you, who wanted to really profit off of your pain. This person was paying people to stop the lie of theirs from coming out. They didn't tell nobody that they were scared of your wealth. They didn't tell nobody that they were scared of your ability to rise above them. They wanted to take whatever you had and use it for their own profit. They're in the same position that they wanted you in the reverse. They ain't got it like they said they got it, collective. They really don't have it like that. This is really not a rich guy. This is somebody who's pump faking like they're a boss. This is somebody who's pump faking that they are a leader. This is somebody who's pump faking that they're a father. This is somebody who's pump faking, period. They ain't jack. I heard without you. This might have been a false flame because that energy has been coming out all day, false twin flames. However, they're not jacked because they resisted real love, whether this is authenticity, working like comparatively in a workplace. Here's what's going on. Your authenticity exposes their need to do all this because they're afraid the real you is going to show and the fake them is going to be exposed. It is right now. Evil eye is getting exposed. They evil-eyed the thing that they envied. Collective, and this is how it works. Here's what's going on behind this, because this evil eye is in reverse. There's going to be something that's going to happen. I'm getting this as future state, but they put a lot of eyeballs on you because they wanted a crowd of people to see just how much you suck as a person, while they wanted to orchestrate something to show that you are not worthy of whatever it is, whatever this job is or whatever. Why not give that person a chance? Prove it. Put your money where the mouth is. You know what I'm saying, collective? If that person can't handle the weight of the job, you wouldn't need to do anything. You would be right. Now, collective, this is not where you need to be afraid, because I'm hearing you got the accolades and this person is exactly where they wanted you to be. They ain't got nothing. All they got is mouth and connections. That's it. You have what they always feared, the truth. All right, collective, their evil eye is getting exposed. What's being hidden behind this is what is happening right here. There's a mature man that wants to tell you, I'm covering this up because we don't have enough room on the screen, but there's a mature man that wants to tell you, this crowd that they got to like point and laugh and be like, ha, 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 the collective ain't nothing. You can't have that argument. You can't have that laugh if you're trying to sit back and create a whole show to make it happen. That's fake. I mean, like, you ain't got it. Like you say, you got it, collective. Let's dig in to dive into this energy, because this is a hot mess. Your intuition is right. This is a scandal. Ooh, collective. This is the truth that they didn't want to come out here, because this is a hot mess. This might be some type of secret society, because that energy did come out on my previous reading. This might be some type of family, corrupt business. These are business partners. Collective, the energy that I'm hearing is whoever, there's disharmony in this group. That energy did come out in the previous reading. I uploaded today as well. There's disharmony in this group. They all work together, but it's like once, like, somebody's going to start to see how weird this is. Like, I mean, if this is what you do all day long, follow me for a second, collective. Follow me for a second. These are people who relish in people's downfall. Got it, right? if this was all justified, all right, collective, they wouldn't have to do anything. You sitting back and falling on your face would be entertainment enough for them. Now, wouldn't it? All right, collective? This shows somebody to be an idiot. You wasted your time and your money for nothing, who somebody continues to rise above and to show how much they really are. And they do it every time. That's why they're having to pay people favors to keep their secret that they ain't really got it like that. Collective, let's dive into the messy truth of this, because, collective. What is the messy truth? Why do they want to keep you in poverty and block your job prospects? Because they were in fear that you have the accolades that they don't. I'm telling you, collective, there is somebody who was, I'm hearing discriminated against, whether it's racially, somebody got discriminated against because you're a woman and religious. Who, collective, whatever this is, says, I gave you my all, overgiving, drain, love, unreturned. Trying to tell you, collective, this was literally casting your pearls on the swine. It's everybody who can't do, don't want to do what you can do. And, they can rationalize it however they want to, but anybody worth their salt in their accolades wouldn't need to trick the next person just to win. Cheaters never win. I don't know if they recognize that. You see what I'm saying, collective? Cheaters never win. Let's see what else is coming out here. We got in their head, overthinking, stressed out, spinning scenarios. They're always thinking about how to block you. This is like a fantasy of theirs. They're always thinking about how to block you. It's back and forth, emotional yo-yo, on and off confusion. They wanted you in this energy of not knowing where to turn. Who can you trust? Is that a friend? Is that a foe? That's how they wanted you to believe. Collective, relying on yourself, your accolades, who you are, what you can do is proof enough. There's something about having the need to prove yourself. Collective, you don't need to prove anything. Who you are shows. That is what they are definitely afraid of. They don't want you to show it. They don't want you to say it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, collective. It says gaslight it, manipulate it, doubting yourself, twisting your truth. This person might have wanted you twisting your truth, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, collective. Don't ever doubt yourself. That was a gaslighting method that they were trying to use on you to doubt yourself. Something about policing your personality, policing let's start talking about a leadership position, right? Policing your authenticity, policing your personality. Every leader knows, any good leader, any actual leader, there's a definition of the difference between a manager and a leader. Collective, I'm talking to a leader here. I'm not talking to a manager. Big difference. Look it up. But the biggest failure of a manager is trying to manage and micromanage some person's personality, right? That's a hallmark that person's not a leader. You are, right? You see what I'm saying, collective? If you got to micromanage your personality, that's already a red flag that you can't manage jack, not even yourself, because you're taking it personally and it ain't personal. It's business. Real leaders know that, collective. Talk about glow up time. Collective, I cannot make this junk up. Somebody is highly triggered that you are a leader and they're a micromanager who's lost control of how to manage. They really don't got it like they say they got it, collective. I'm trying to tell you. It says transformation, confidence, inner radiance. That's what they fear. Every time you show it, they get backed into a corner. They run, damage control. No, nobody can see this. No, you need to fire them because they're actually being who they really are and you don't need to see it. Fire them. This is what's happened in somebody's real life. Somebody's job was affected. Somebody's house was affected. Somebody's kids was affected because you were the truth the entire time and they took tail because they was afraid because they lied to everybody, their friends, family, their job, their boss, HR, and said it was them. They ain't got it. They were pump faking, collective. Says no contact zone, enforced distance, silence game still attached. This person wanted you in an energy of silence. Nobody talking to you, but they're still watching you to see what else they can block. Collective, I'm trying to tell you, this fool and this snake and or snakes wouldn't have to do all this if what they were saying was true. Exposes them out to be the liars that they are. Now, wouldn't it, collective? Wouldn't it? Exactly. You see what I'm saying, collective? It says rehearsing the past, mental scripts, guilt, self-blame. Something about rehearsing the past. These persons are people are always rehearsing the past, never growing, never learning, never nurturing themselves. And it's I'm trying to tell you, whatever it is, rehearsing the past, it's something that they did. It's like pointing an arrow straight to them. It's whatever it is. Narcissists refuse accountability for the things that they did to target, torment, and harass you. And they wanted to get out of accountability by doing this. Honey, you're sick. Are you well? Are you not feeling all right? You know what I'm saying, collective? Your rationale don't make sense. This collective, your intuition is right on the money. Woo, this is some tea, y'all. Let me go get some tea. This is talking about you're my obsession collective. These people were obsessed with you. Anytime that somebody like this gives me star in the upright energy collective. You're a star. You might like be, have your own like social media presence or whatever. People are obsessed with how you popping out on social media because they swore and lied to everybody you down bad and they ain't gonna have nothing because I made sure that they wouldn't have a job. I made sure to tell that new job that they sucked, they didn't do their job. The accolades that I know that they have and I know that they could really do the job. I told that new job and that new boss they can't do it. Just so they wouldn't have a job so I can have a laugh and be like, see, I was right. No. You weren't. You lied to these people. All right, collective? This happens every day, y'all. It says unhealthy attachment. Fixated, no peace. They have no peace because they wanted to take away your peace. Collective, let's dive into the woo! The tea is hot. Your ancestors said they own that ass, collective. Your ancestors doing this. It says broken trust, lies, cheating, promises shattered. Collective, every job that you applied to, every housing opportunity, every time that you wanted to get the money that was owed to you by right legally, they wanted to make up some fake excuse and said it was theirs. They have a right to your money, collective. This is this rich guy in reverse. If only they can come up off of you. If only they can make money off of you. Somebody extorts people for money. That was the only reason why they wanted you around. That's why it would have switched to North Node if they were benefiting off of you. They can't benefit off you. You don't want to sleep with them. You're resisting their sexual advances. Now I got to cut you off. Now I got to make sure you don't have nothing because I don't have nothing. Boo-hoo, grow up. Okay, collective? Literally with this energy of broken trust. And if this is somebody doing this, I don't care if this is like a job, a boss, a HR, whatever. If somebody's doing this, even your ex, it just proves what you were saying the entire time is true. They can't get around that now, can they? You literally can't get around what you did. Everything that you did proves what the collective was saying was true. Collective says toxic ties, addiction, karma, emotional chain. You knew this person was toxic and or people were toxic. You knew it, you said it. And that's the reason why when it comes to this energy, like recognizing when you're like casting your pearls on the swine collective, if you're at a job that's trying to fire you just because you walked in the room, why would you want to stay there? You see what I'm saying, collective? When somebody demonizes you for their toxic ties, their unhealthy attachment, the fact that they're in fear and insecure because you show up like the authentic person that they lied and told everybody that they were. This ain't no boss. This ain't no leader. This is somebody who's broke, busted, disgusted because you don't want to sleep with them. You don't want to work with them. And it shows. All right, collective? It says burn the bridge. Final goodbye. Unrepairable. No way back. They burned the bridge that they can't come back from. They burned the bridge. They did. I do feel, let me give you one energy here. I feel like an energy of, for you, whoever this person was that retaliated against you to make sure that you didn't have a job could be a Scorpio. For some of you, I'm pulling two different Scorpios. So heavy Scorpionic energy. This person has been chasing you around from job to job, like house to house, family to family, however this resonates, to make sure that you don't have, all because it's something about like making sure that you remember that they gave you a chance. I'm hearing they gave you a chance. Collective. Everybody's got to have a chance, right? But when you surpass other people's expectations, this might be a person who wanted you to do well, but certainly not better than them. You can't be a leader and them being looked at as a manager who can't manage their own feelings and their own competencies. You see what I'm saying, collective? Collective. This is somebody who wanted to have a one-up over you and say that I gave you, so because you don't want my offer, you got to have nothing. Not collective. It really like shows this person to be like really unstable. I'm so serious. And this is somebody who wanted to paint you out to be unstable. Everything that they did confirmed what you said, collective. It says you choose them, third-party betrayal replacement. Somebody tried to betray you by putting a third party in your place and they couldn't do it. Putting a third party in your place and they couldn't do it. I'm trying to tell you, collective, you have large shoes to fill, whether this is your job or not. Collective, when you are a true natural leader, it shows, it just radiates from you, right? I'm hearing speaking engagement. Some of you speak publicly. You might have a social media presence or whatever. You're a leader that stands out no matter what you do. Your clothes, your hair, your look, your words, it impacts people to their very core. Nobody will tell you that, but you make an impact. You make a big impact, whether you realize it or not. Leaders do that. People who ain't got it like that, who be pump flaking, they need to manipulate to appear that they got it. Big difference. You're the natural born leader, collective. Natural born leaders will always shine. They will always overcome. They will always be the leaders in their life. not anybody else trying to lead them, collective. Let's dive more into this because there's a whole lot more. So we got the messy truth here. What else is going on with this particular energy? I'm going to switch over to my what's the vibe deck to like dive more into this energy because there's more to it, collective. We understand like on the surface level, but it's like hidden fears with this person. So I want to dive into the vibe, like what was going on with the vibe of their energy, what would make them switch on and off, what would make them lie to people and tell people that they're the leader, they're the manager, they're the one that can do whatever it is that they're saying that you can't do while they're orchestrating things to make sure that you can't, just so they can get a win. Delusional. There is, okay, I'm getting heavy stalker, obviously with that you're my obsession energy, but not only stalking, collective, you got a hacker. Like, I'm so serious, you got a hacker. Somebody who was definitely afraid of your success being seen. They took deliberate steps to hack into your computer system to see what opportunities you have to sabotage it. I'm a collective. The crazy is getting crazier. Somebody is really unstable. And this is somebody that really wants to be looked at as a leader in a job, a business, or career. Somebody who takes the link to not only stalk your social media, collective, anybody can look at social media, it's public. But for somebody who attempts to get the information, not by using your social media, by hacking into your personal devices that are not work devices. Let's be clear, not work devices, your personal devices. They want to know where you're going. They want to know who you're talking to. If you're dating somebody else, they want to see who that ex is. Look them up, figure out what's going on with them and why are you talking to them? Because you shouldn't be talking to them. You should be talking to me. I'm pulling this for somebody. This is somebody's story. That if you got a whole wacko who's trying to do wacko things to act like they're you or act like they're justified in their abuse. Let's not get it twisted. This is abuse. What's the vibe on this energy that I'm pulling in here, collective? Envy. This is the second time this has come out today. Envy. Somebody envied you, collective. Very resentful, competitive, and discontent. They don't love themselves. Real love, let's just not get it twisted, collective. Real love is always talking about, first and foremost, how much you love yourself. If you love yourself, if you have a passion for what you do, it's going to show. It's a very authentic vibe. It cannot be fake. It cannot be bought, collective. You see what I'm saying, collective? Real love comes from you. If you ain't got it, that could be seen too, collective. And if you ain't got it, it will easily show up as envy. The person that does not have what the person is showing naturally. You ain't got to do nothing to show it, collective. This is your natural, wonderful self. Somebody envied the fact that you have real love is somebody who rejected it. All right, collective? I heard this person ran as soon as you showed some type of compassion. Like that, like I'm serious. Somebody thinks like love and compassion is like a weakness. The only thing about it, that was like a honey trap for them, because anytime that they run and show no compassion, it literally traps them in like self-limiting beliefs. So this is right away giving me Eight of Swords energy, collective, and I say this, stagnant comes out. Told you, all this running away from real authenticity, all this running away from what a real leader is. If somebody was really on the up and up, they can actually make sure that that leader gets whatever is deserved, because they are deserving, actually deserving, because they put in the hard work. They didn't have to pay for it. They didn't have to ask for favors to make sure that nothing happens for you. None of that would be necessary. All they're doing is showing their friends and family that they don't have the power, the authenticity, and the genuine energy of a true leader to continue to drive through and create change no matter what. Somebody's in the energy of being stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. I heard frozen in fear. It's like every time you show this, every single time, and that's what's triggering collective. It's like endless cycles of trying to block you. That's the hamster wheel that they got themselves into, because every time you show up as who you are, the real leader at a job, the real person who's authentic, the real person who shows actual gentle love, no matter every single like milestone that they try to take away from you, every time that they try to get you fired or create a toxic work environment to be like, all right, well, they don't want to be in this environment because they suck. No, you literally harassed and bullied that person out of that energy. All right, collective? The energy that I'm getting here is every time that you show that, it triggers them to continue doing that. So you might have been feeling like you're on like a constant hamster wheel. It's not your energy, it's theirs. They're on a hamster wheel every time that they do that, it never works. And you keep coming out swinging, baby. All right, collective, let's go ahead and get more on the vibe. These downloads are piping hot. This moon in Scorpio is really delving deep into people's shadow side. So we are dealing with some deep hidden stuff here, especially emotionally. If somebody's got kids, Like we got healing in the reverse. It says self-care, introspection, meditation. They don't heal, they don't grow, they don't want self-care, introspection, they don't meditate. This person's in a state of chaos 24/7. The download that I just had, somebody has kids that they were hiding from you. Somebody has a whole double life. I heard online. Somebody may be like not only like watching you online, but like watching other people online. Whatever this is, collective. We got salty in the reverse, collective. It says bitter, angry, petty. So for you, I'm getting that this salty in the reverse. You're not salty with this person like at all. This gives me like a past person energy that you've already moved on from. You've already disconnected. You've already made your peace, right? So the energy that I'm speaking on is all their energy that they kept projecting onto you because you're not being salty and you just moved on. Collective, that is the highest form of love, self-love. While somebody keeps re-victimizing themselves every time they're tormented by your memory because they're still salty. You know what I'm saying, collective? Oh, collective. Wow. And this really shows the difference between whoever this person is, obviously moving in their south node. That north node is where they'll walk around and be like, no, I'm not bitter. Meanwhile, they're trying to stop you from having a job. No, I'm not bitter. Oh, I need to like talk crap about that person who's actually has a demonstrated track record of being a proven effective leader. No, I'm not salty. I don't want them to have any job, so I want to see them broke. No, I'm not salty. Say it again 5 times fast. It might be true, bro. Somebody is still salty, walking around telling everybody they're not salty, but people have been paid to stop the truth from coming out. They lied to you and to everybody else, collective, because they knew you can do it. They are afraid of your ascent, I heard, collective. Harmony in the reverse. This is the second time this came out. Balance, peace, happiness is in the reverse. There is no harmony because this false person ain't got it like that, collective. It says epiphany, self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. There's an epiphany about this rich guy in the reverse. People gonna start to see all this would not be necessary. If they really were a failure, if they really couldn't do whatever it is to support themselves, their kids, new romantic relationships, let them do that. Let them be right. No, but this is somebody who fears the truth from coming out because if they gave you the opportunity to show it, whoo, collective, they're going to have everybody that they lined up to see your downfall watch theirs instead. Whoo, collective. This is a soulmate in reverse. This is a twin flame friendship romantic partner that's in the reverse. Collective, this is who it is. You're having an epiphany about this person. This person's not nurturing. It talks about mentorship, wisdom, giving back. This person gave you nothing. The problems. The problems that they were giving you and the problems that they face in their entire life because they fear strong people like you. There's a strength. I'm hearing like a strength in opposing obsession, like adversity. Collective, you are a winner. Your energy is so powerful. This is really giving me like something to like be proud of. Not to say that like you're a punching bag. That's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is you strike fear in the hearts of people who lie to everybody else and say they ain't got it. Your existence triggers people. They know it, collective. This is a masculine in the reverse. This is talking about authority, discipline, father figure in reverse. So this is an emperor reverse that we're talking about. Father figure, this could be heard a cult or a clan. A cult or a clan, all right? This could be a head of a group. There is a father. Somebody hid that they have a kid from you. I was pulling that on my prior reading. They hooked up with an old flame of theirs or whatever because that's the way that their family told them that they need to be. There's something about this. Collective says smell the roses. Collective, I'm trying to tell you, your energy of not salty and their energy of being extra triggered and salty, you're over here smelling the roses because you know who you are. You know your work, you're showing it. You're unconditionally loving. You poured that love back into yourself and it shows. It says slow down, take some you time, get out in nature. You're grounded, you're balanced. There's no harmony for them because you are in harmony. You are smelling the roses. What else? What else is the vibe here? And I mean, when you realize that the actions that were taken were not based on anything but envy, right? And them being stuck on you, as well as you understanding that they didn't love you and they didn't requite the love. If you understand the actions that they took to destroy your life, your prospects, your new job, your home, your family, whatever, when you realize those actions were stemming off of things that had no merit, you can't hide that. Everybody else is going to see that you had no merit to do what you did. You see what I'm saying, collective? Wishful thinking in the reverse. It says second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. It was wishful thinking. This is being exposed that this person thought that they can come back in while they were sipping tea. Collective, this person was coming back in your life and talking about you at the same time. They wanted to say, I'm going to do it again. I did it. This person's a mark. We can take advantage of them. It says rumors, gossip, nosy. Yeah. And now, I'm saying it's like the tools of the devil that they used against you. This is literally going to get flipped on this person because all the people that they got to line up to say that you ain't jack, they've been gossiping about you, collective. They're sipping tea. Let's see what they're sipping. What's the gossip about the collective? What are they talking about? There's evil eyes getting exposed by a mature man. A mature man knows what's going on. This person's getting a message, or they're going to send you a message that says side piece, secret romance, hidden affairs, being second choice, only late night calls. Somebody knows that they wanted you to be a side piece. Somebody knows that there is a hidden family. Collective, this energy has been coming out all day long. Somebody wanted you as a side piece, right? Or they treated you as a side piece, like you didn't matter. All right, collective. There is really somebody. This keeps coming out to me. I keep hearing 2 and 2. What was that? There was a game show. I'll see you in 2 and 2. 2 and 2. There is. Somebody's got 2 Scorpios. For some of you, there is an ex who linked up with your job. For some of you, it's that type of dynamic. All right, collective. However this energy resonates. Let's see what else is going on with the gossip about the collective, because they talking, baby. This is a scandal. They tried to cover all this up. This was all in vain. This was all in vain. This is divine timing, divine intervention. We did have that coming out on my previous readings, okay? We got unbreakable, inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. All this downloads that I keep trying to tell you about. It's something about that collective payday. Second time this comes out, they got karmic debts to pay for trying to take away your paydays. You can't harass, stalk, take people's life away because you refuse to admit that you were wrong. That you were wrong. Every time you do these things to pay people to shut up about the things that they're doing to stop your life, you're proving to every single person around you that you're weak. We had strength and reverse energy come out of my previous readings. You're not proving that you're a leader. You're not proving that you're a follower. You're not proving that you can lead anything. You're proving that you need to bribe, beg, steal, borrow to make sure that people see you that way. Honey, that's not authenticity. It's weakness and a lack of leadership. All right, collective, this talks about payday, financial rewards, money rolling in, celebration of success, checks cashed. There's the divine is giving you something, collective. This is your inheritance. This is talking about definitely spiritual, but you're about to be repaid back what was stolen from you, collective, due to all this toxic love, collective. Pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without you. Somebody wanted you in the same addictive toxic patterns. That's what they think love is. No, it isn't. It's equal give and take. Somebody literally took from you to give to somebody else, I'm hearing. Yeah, narcissists do that. And it's it's always the person that's closest to them. So you got to prove your love to them while they step on you, demean you, harass you, block your entire life. And you got to stay there for that crap. Get the out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get some more. What is the gossip about this? This is only showing somebody's weakness in front of all their friends and family that they gathered to watch your downfall. This is going to actually backfire. It says big break, career turning point, major opportunity, life-changing moment. This is it. Trying to tell you, God is trying to tell you something. What they're trying to tell this person, they're on red. Collective, did you leave somebody on red? You don't want to hear it no more. Collective, it says ignoring messages, waiting anxiously, no replies. Maybe they're just busy. Somebody, I heard they played this game before, and now they're on red. Somebody, narcissists played this distance game. This energy came out over here, the energy of all right, I'm busy, I can't talk to you. Collective, while they're out here talking every time Dick and Harry, they left you in red. Now they're left on red. Collective, this is your big break. You are unbreakable when it comes to this energy. You're getting back this energy times 10. This is your inheritance. This is your level up. This is your time. Own it. All right, collective? That's going to go ahead and do it for this particular reading. If you do like this content, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time.